Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Casual Mike coming to you with another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Quad Edge crossbow. Now this is something that I've been using for recreational use for quite some time, but I figured I'd go ahead and do a review on it and maybe give it a shot for hunting season this year. So alright, so let's go ahead and get this review started. Now let's take a look at some of the features. This bow has a draw weight of 150 pounds, weighs in at 6.9 pounds, kinetic energy of 109 foot-pounds, and the price I paid was $129 off of eBay. Now as far as features, it doesn't come with a whole lot, but you can upgrade it. Like you can add a bow crank to this device. Yeah, you can get one of those for $60 to $100. And it definitely comes in handy if you want to make sure that your string's being pulled back evenly. But I mean, I kind of went the El Cheapo way and bought a cranking rope that you just use your hands for. That only cost me $10 off of Amazon. Now, if you want to be super cheap and do it the old-fashioned way, you can always use your hands, and that won't cost you anything. Absolutely free. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely free. And I find that is much easier than using any of those other devices. But I mean, you have to be very careful because the string will sometimes not be perfectly aligned when you're lining it up. Now it also comes with a bow quiver, and you can have 3 bows in the quiver. This quiver will detach quite easily from the little perch that it's on right there. And I mean, you can swivel it in any direction that you like, you know, back and forth or side to side. Now as far as safety with one of these crossbows, they're pretty safe once you have the string cocked back and locked into position. Now it has a switch on the side for safe and to fire it, as you can see right there. Now that safe and fire switch, you can't switch it into fire without a bolt locked in, so you can't dry fire this thing. Now if you place a bolt in there, you'll be able to actually put it in fire. And by the way, the trigger on this thing is pretty good. I think it's like a 3-pound trigger that it has. But like I said, it won't fire unless you have a bolt locked into it. Now, once you get a bolt locked in to it, then you can move the switch from safe to fire, as you can see right here. And it has these little bristles on there that lock the bolt in place, just kind of like holds it there as you're placing it in so it doesn't slide off before you get it locked in. But now, yeah, like I said, once you get it in there, now you can place it in the fire position, and if you pull the trigger, it'll fire. Now as far as the scope goes, it's a 4x32 X scope or whatever, and this is a view from inside of the scope. It wasn't really anything impressive. You'll probably end up upgrading the scope down the line. I'm not really going to go too far in depth with the scope. It's an okay scope, but I would definitely recommend buying a new one. As far as arrowheads, like right here I have my mechanical broadhead. It's a Rage bone chisel, and you have just a variety. Like you can either be that, or you can go with a fixed broadhead, but there are a range of different types of broadheads and expandable blades and fixed blades that you can use. Now as far as power, I try to demonstrate that right here with a couple jugs of water. This thing is moving at 340 feet per second, and as you can see, it went through like 5 jugs of water and still hit the target. And it probably could have gone even further if I had the right arrow tips on there, but it's definitely got some power going on here. Now as far as accuracy, I was getting some pretty good groups. I wasn't dead center where I would like to be, but I mean, that's probably my fault, but you can see that I had a pretty tight grouping going on there, but I probably need to sight this thing in a little bit better, but the groups were pretty tight. Now it's time for my final thoughts on the Barnett Quad Edge crossbow. Like I said in the beginning, this is an entry-level crossbow. It doesn't have all the bells and features of some of the more high-end crossbows out there. This is for somebody who's just getting started with the crossbow, or you're just a casual user like myself. I think it's a pretty good crossbow. I mean, I don't know a lot about crossbows, seeing that I only own this one crossbow, but from what I've seen with this one, I mean, I like it. I mean, and the price is always good to me. You know, I'm always looking for a deal, and I love the price on it. Like I said, it comes with some upgradable areas as far as putting a crank on here, and you can upgrade the sights if you don't like these sights on here. It's a lot of things that you can upgrade on here, but like I said, it's basically an entry-level bow, and I would definitely recommend it, or a bow of this caliber, something by Barnett. They have a variety of different crossbows that you can choose from, but I like this one right here. Now, the one thing that I did not like about it was back here on the back of the bow, there's a compartment that was advertised for storage. And I guess you only get that feature if you spend the extra money to get the Quad Edge S that comes in the camel color. And I didn't know that. I thought that the Quad Edge and the Quad Edge S were basically the same bow, just a different color. But apparently you get one other feature with the Quad Edge S, the fact that it does have rear storage. This one, if you open the bag, it's empty back here, and you can't place anything in there. And I guess the Quad Edge S has 10 more feet per second than this one right here. But overall, basically the same bow. So that was my review of the Barnett Quad Edge crossbow. If you like the review, please hit the subscribe button down low, and peace.